Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh! Why did it hit so hard? The chorus. Hello my wonderful royals and welcome to my YouTube channel Brick K-Pop Reaction. Today we need to talk about a group called Daya. Why do we need to talk about this group, you might ask? Why? Why, Sean? Why randomly have you decided to take us on a journey with this group? Well, simply because I don't even know how I'm going to do this video. I don't even know. I'm not going to plan. There's no plan at all. There's absolutely no plan. I've come into this video without a cohesive plan, but I just needed to address this group because over the last week, so-ish, something like that, week, but possibly week and a half, I don't know, I forget time has no meaning for me half the time these days, but over the last so long, I've started checking out this group. It came out completely randomly. I decided, I've been meaning to for a while, to kind of sit on YouTube in the evenings and go, you know what, I'm just going to check out all these like random groups, you know, all those kind of groups that were around, probably disbanded now and stuff, you know, smaller groups. I'm not calling Daya a smaller group particularly, but all groups that have kind of appeared, disbanded and stuff, and before I even got into K-pop in some cases, have been around and gone, and groups that I probably will never get to with regards to reactions and stuff. I thought, yeah, I'm just going to sit down, I'm going to check all these groups out and, you know, to just increase my knowledge of K-pop and increase my my playlist of music on Spotify and things and K-pop. Because there are undoubtedly some absolute bangers and some absolute just quality out there that I've not personally been introduced to, because I'm focused on reactions and I'm focused on current groups and I'm focused on groups that, you know, big groups and stuff like that. So I thought, yeah, I bet there's some absolute gems out there that I need to check out. And so that's what I've been kind of doing. I've been diving into these groups. Well, I say that, I've tried. I tried. But the problem is I got through about 2 of them at best before this group came along, Daya. And this is a group that I've been meaning to check out for a long, long time. They've kind of been vaguely on my radar because they've got Cheon in there. Is a big factor of why I wanted to check this group out, because Cheon is of course in IOI. Cheon was in Produce 101. I absolutely adored that show. I watched it on my Patreon and stuff, got massively into it, and Cheon was one of the contestants that over the course of the show managed to steal my heart more and more and more. And then especially when I started checking to IOI and stuff, their content, Cheon started to steal me more and more. And I thought, yeah, I need to check out her actual group. And obviously there are other members that were also in Produce. So I wanted to check this group out for a while, and I thought, yeah, okay, we're going to dive into them. I was not expecting just how good they were, just how good they are. I was not ready for any of that. I checked out all their MVs, I checked out content, stuff like that, and I was blown away by so much of their stuff, so much of their music, so many of their songs stole my soul to the point where I thought I wasn't planning to do videos on these groups. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of the thing. But I decided, no, I need to do a video on this group. I need to do a video on Daya because they're just that good. They're just that good. They deserve a video. They deserve one. I haven't got anything to react to. This is my point. This is my problem. I haven't got anything to actually react to on this video. So I'm just going to start randomly checking out content. I'm just going to randomly stick on clips that I've already seen because I just need something on this channel to represent and acknowledge and appreciate this group, because they've taken over my life over the last week and I need to commemorate that in some way. So that's what we're going to do today. This thing was the first thing I checked out of theirs. Immediately I was sold. Look at the eyes. What? Here you go. We need to talk about Hee in a minute. we will talk about him. Look at him. Look at the kid and the charisma, the energy. Oh! Sorry. Sorry. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh! Why did it hit so hard? The chorus. Oh! God, my hat. Oh, it's so good. I'm obsessed, guys. I'm obsessed. The choreo, mate. I've been checking the live stages. Oh God, this move right here. Where is it? When they do that leg thing. This leg thing, this thing they do. Where is it? That big sort of step thing they do. That with the with the hips. Oh. Choreo. Choreo! Look at the way she looks at the camera here. Look at the way she looks at the camera. That is a pro. That is a professional. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to captivate an audience with a look. It's insane. Talent. Let's talk about Heehyun for a minute. At this juncture. I'll probably talk about it more over the course of the video. Heehyun, also known as Kathy, of course, who was one of the ones that was in Produce. I'll be honest, when I watched Produce 101, I don't recall being a massive fan of Kathy in the show, Heehyun. I liked it, don't get me wrong. But like, I don't recall her being like one of my absolute favourites or anything like that when I watched it on my Patreon. But I'll tell you what, since I started watching the Dia content and stuff, she's really let out a bit. Her charisma is off the charts. Like, her presence and everything when she's on camera is absolutely second to none, to the point where I assume going into this group, checking out this group, I thought if I'm going to have a bias, it's going to be Cheon, realistically. Like, I can't see anyone else taking that title because I already was very familiar with Cheon, I already liked Cheon. But Heehyun might end up being my bias. It's very possible at this point. I probably got two. I've probably got two at this stage because she's just absolutely stolen me. I just think she's absolutely incredible. I think what she does is incredible. I think her talent is off the charts. She's just astonished me. Astonished me, to be quite honest. And so many of these girls have, and this is the thing, like, this whole group has done that, obviously. That's why I'm doing this video. But Heehyun is an absolute star. And just, I can't deal with it. Literally anything she does. Why is it so good? Oh, addictive. They're so fun. Like, they've got bangers like this, but then, you know, you'll get like the more kind of fun, bubbly songs and the cutesy songs and stuff like that. They've just got everything in their arsenal. This one, bop. Oh, come on, how good does that sound? And then it goes into this like proper quirky rappy thing. Oh my god! Who even does that bit? I don't even know who does that bit. Who is that? It sounds a bit like Heehyun, but I don't know if I'm correct in that assessment. Like, I honestly don't know. I know Eunjin is one of the rappers. She's incredible as well. She gets me, like, especially the variety content I've been watching and stuff like that. I have been watching a lot, a lot of Dia stuff over the last few days and stuff. And yeah, she's awesome, Eunjin. But I know she left at one point. I know there's quite a few changes with the members and things in this group, and so maybe it was her. I don't know. Is she in this one? I don't know. I lose track of who's in which song. Either way, that bit flipping slaps. just watching them. I just enjoy watching them. Like they've just got they're funny. Like the videos are funny. No, Yebin. Yeah, we need to talk about Yebin. Wait, in a minute I'll talk about Yebin. Oh, God damn it. That's Sunjin. But this was not supposed to happen. This was not supposed to happen. I was not ready for this. Something about the vocals in this song. There's something about the way they use the vocals is so nice. So pleasant. This bit. Ah! Perfection. Perfection. Yebin's an absolute queen. Might as well have a Yebin moment here. She's absolutely incredible as well. She always steals me and stuff. You know, and I could have a moment on all these members, just to clarify, like every member in this group stands out. Every member in this group fits and has their own identity, their own presence in the group, and it's really noticeable in these songs, in these videos. And yeah, Yebin has absolutely stolen me as well. Another shout for, but maybe I have like 4 biases in this group. I don't even know. I don't even. This is like the year. If you include the end of last year, which you shouldn't really in 2023, but if you include the end of last year, I feel like this is almost the year of just groups taking my soul, who like unexpected. I don't know what's happened. Well, we've already had Stacey jump into the spot of alt out of nowhere, and that was after Red Velvet did exactly the same thing. Now I've got this thing happening with Daya, where they've just appeared out of nowhere and taken me over. I don't know. I feel like this is going to happen again and again this year. I've just got a feeling. I'm going to end the year with like 8 alt groups, and it's going to be ridiculous. And I'm going to have to start cutting it down because this is getting stupid and meaningless. I'm genuinely concerned that's going to happen. These aren't alts, by the way, just to clarify that. But they are an incredible group that I wasn't even really aware of until a week ago. Like, what other groups are there out there that I've not checked out yet that are going to have this kind of effect on me? It's a little bit scary to think about. Let me know of any in the comments, guys. Get in the comment section, let me know. List some groups that I can check out and have this kind of reaction with. I would love that. I know there's a ton of groups I need to get back on. The likes of FX, the likes of EXID. I'm scared that when I get back on them, it's going to be exactly the same story. So maybe that'll be something I do soon to see if they have the dire effect as well. I fear they might. What is it? What is it? Why? Why is it happening? What is this? I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. But it's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what to do with this group. Oh my god. Makes you want to bop so hard. Yes. Oh, the flow. Oh my god, the presents. And just the vocals. The vocals together sound so good. The vocals sound so good together. And then you've got that whimsical, like, na 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 over the top. And it just works. Why does it work? I don't know, but it works. It's so glorious! This one is where Daya did a song about Harry Potter. I don't know if it's actually about Harry Potter, but I like to think it might be about Harry Potter. It's called Mr. Potter. And they've got wands in it at one point. And they're on a train. I think it might be about Harry Potter. And there's a bunny in it. And there's a weird bunny hair thing in it. And I don't like him. I don't like him. He creeps me out. He creeps me out. I don't like his face. But I'm willing to overlook that. Because the song is a bop and this group are incredible. And it's about Harry Potter, I think. Possibly. Oh! Look at like just the set, the outfits, just the colour palette of everything. It just works. It just works. It just delivers. It just delivers exactly what you want it to deliver. It delivers magic. It delivers mysticism. All the pastel colours. It's so good. Look at Yemin. Yemin is incredible in this video. I love the fact that, you know, a few years ago, if you told me that I'd be going this mad over pastel colours, like a pastel colour palette, I'd have turned to you and I'd have gone, what are you on about? What are you on about? That's absolute nonsense. And yet here we are. And yet here we are. Pastel colours. Look, they're on it. That's the Hogwarts Express. Tell me that's not the Hogwarts Express. In the sky. I don't know why. They've got wands. They've got wands. It's got to be a Harry Potter. But what's the rabbit? Who's that? Red Riding Hood shows that this is the classic part in Harry Potter where Red Riding Hood turns up with a lamp. We all know that bit. And there are three of them. Three Red Riding Hoods. Look, broomsticks. What kind of level were they at? Can someone let me know? Like, you know, obviously you can get an idea from kind of views of MVs and things like that. But sometimes it's hard to tell. Like, what kind of level did this group get to? In terms of popularity and stuff, I'm intrigued to know, just because, you know, I've fallen in love with them. But, you know, also because, yeah, I'm just intrigued to know what kind of level. Because I think they're absolutely incredible. I think they deserve so much more. I realise I'm a bit late to the party, but still, like, this group deserves so much more. This song is my jam. This song is my jam. My actual jam. This song is incredible. This song is perfect. This song is wonderful. And I adore it. Well, just everything about this song. That constant thing in the background that's going on sounds so good. This build up to the chorus is so good. It's such a summer bop. I wish I discovered this song in the middle of summer. It would have been absolutely wonderful. It gets me in such a summer mood. This group makes me emotional. I don't even know why. It just makes me... There's something about this group that bring on emotion within me. Maybe it's because of what we'll talk about soon. The elephant in the room, if you will. Which I will discuss, but maybe it's that. I don't know. They make me emotional. I adore them. Oh my god. This song might go down as my quintessential summer bop. For the rest of time. As best as possible. When did that come out in the summer? I really hope it did. It didn't. I don't know what reality is anymore. When did that come out? It came out in October. Of course it came out in October. Why? Why wasn't that a summer release? Although I suppose you could say that that's... I don't, is October too late for that? I feel like October you could say it's like trying to cling on to summer. It's that period where, and I do it because I'm a summer guy. I love summer, so at that point I'm like clinging on. I'm trying to cling on for dear life, because normally you get some nice weather in September, so it kind of carries on. At least in England. By the time October hits, you're clinging on for dear life at that point. Like winter is coming in like a beast. Well, autumn, but you know the bad weather is trying to get you, and you won't let it. You're like, no, give me summer, give me the sun back. Inevitably, I always lose that battle. Funnily enough, I always lose that battle against seasons. But I feel like this is maybe a release to try and capture that feeling. Perhaps saying goodnight to summer. Anyway, I'm making stuff up. Are there any other groups that have, because they've got an unche as well, and I'm thinking they've got like 3 members that have the un at the start, like EUN. Are they the only group that have that? If there's one thing you get when you're watching this channel, I ask the tough questions. Oh my god. This is the one where Daya do a treasure map in their music video, which is insane. They wanted you to find stuff. I've not looked properly yet. We're going to try and find stuff in this one. Check this out, right? So it says, WooWoo is the song. It says at the start that we have to find some stuff, which is what I'm going to try and do. I don't think at this point, because they offer a prize. They say those who find all the secret items, we offer great prize through the draw. I think I can win. This thing came out over 4 years ago. August 2018, this thing dropped. That was before I even knew K-pop was a thing. I don't know if the prize has been got yet. I don't know if someone's found all the items. Maybe they haven't. Maybe there's still a chance for me. So we're going to try and do this. I'm going to try and find all the secret items and win the prize. Now the secret items that it says, I'm gonna go through and we're gonna see. Eyeglasses, a guitar keyring. It doesn't give you any time to read what all the prizes are before the song starts. It gives you like 2 seconds to read them all. So I'm gonna have to pause it. Or I paused it. Eyeglasses, a guitar keyring, Polaroid camera, cherry, a cake, a yellow bass. I don't know what a yellow bass is. What's a yellow bass? What, like a military base? The base of a something? I don't know. What's the yellow bass? What does that mean? It's not spelt like a guitar. So it's not a bass guitar. It's like the base of a something, an object. That could be anything. That's going to be a tough one. A gold ring and a candy. I'm hoping there's only one candy in this, otherwise that's going to mess me up. But I saw this and I thought, oh yeah, we'll try this. We'll try this. We'll try and win the prize. Okay, let's do it. No, like the beach scene and everything. It's so good. I've forgotten 60% of the items already. Like everything that's going on is deliberately trying to distract you from looking for the items. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm going to find them. Wait, what was that then? There was something there in the corner, left-hand corner there. What was that thing? Where is it? There. What was that? That was some sort of thing. But what was that? So was that one of the items? I can't remember what the items were. Eyeglasses, candy, yellow bass. God damn. Oh, it's so good. So good. I'm not even looking at the screen. Oh, I probably missed an item there. How was I ever going to do this? Pizza, is that an item? Was that on the list? Grapes. Was the grapes? Covering the face with the pizza. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They're so good! They're so good! I know this group! I don't think I'm gonna get the prize, guys. I don't think I'm gonna get the prize. I'm gonna have to watch it again at some point. Oh, phone, red phone! Red phone! Was that an item? This is the part of the journey that I did not enjoy. This is the part of the journey that was not fun for me. However, it did give me a new level of appreciation and adoration for this group, and that is checking out what I assume to be, I don't know if it definitely is, but based on the date and stuff like that, I'm assuming this was basically their disbandment song, because they did disband, and it's very upsetting and very emotional. And I don't like that fact. I don't like the fact that I got into this group after they disbanded, that this group disbanded literally late last year. This was recent, a recent disbandment. I was not there to commemorate it because I did not really know about this group. A number of months later, I've discovered them, I've fallen in love with them completely, I absolutely adore them. And yet they're gone. And yet they're not a group anymore, they're disbanded. And that's very upsetting. And maybe it's happened to a number of you in the past where you've got into groups after disbandment, and it's hard, it's very hard. And that's what's happened with this group, sadly. And again, it's the pain of knowing that they've disbanded so recently. That's what hurts. But this was their disbandment song, and I first listened to this. I will press play. I first listened to this. It really affected me. Like, it really affected. Bearing in mind, this was the first night I discovered this group, the first night I even knew about this group particularly. And yet this video, still, despite all that, massively affected me. I was not ready for it. And it's the pain of knowing that this group is gone before I even got the chance to know them. And this song is so good, the song is so meaningful, the song is so poignant and personal. And I wasn't there. And that hurts. So beautiful. this is why the things that we have now, the advancements we have now, the technology we have now, this is why all that stuff is so positive. This is where the positives of that come into play. The likes of YouTube, the likes of Spotify, the likes of social media, all that stuff. Because it means that although this group are gone, this group have disbanded, this group are done, despite that, they live on just as every other group that's disbanded does. They live on, and there will always be the opportunity for new people to find them. And I am proof of that. I am living proof of that right here, right now. This is a group that disbanded last year, and yet here I am falling in love with them the following year, in 2023, after they've disbanded, after they've gone. Here I am falling in love with them and discovering them and discovering their talent, discovering how amazing they are and appreciating them. An entirely new person to their world, an entirely new person to their content. Discovering them and appreciating them and adoring them for how good they were and how good they still are. You know, they're still out there. They're still alive. They're still kicking. They're still knocking out the park in whatever they're doing now, all the members and stuff. But the group itself obviously is gone. But like I say, the fact that someone like me is able to discover them after they've disbanded and just appreciate how good they are. And I don't think about this enough. I don't appreciate this enough. Because it's not just this group, it's all the groups as well that I've discovered that have disbanded before, that I've discovered afterwards and fallen in love with, because they're still there, because their stuff is still there, the content's still there, the music videos are still there, the live performances are still there. I can dive into all this stuff even after they've disbanded. They're still gaining new fans, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing, And so my goal with this group, my determination with this group, having discovered them now, I can't support them through their comebacks. I can't support them through the group releases like I would normally, the music shows, the album releases. I can't do all that, but what I can do is ensure that this group is still appreciated. Check out all their stuff, keep listening to them, keep watching their stuff, keep supporting the members, whatever they're doing right now. I can do all of that. And I fully intend to, because this group are so talented, they're so wonderful, they were gone far too soon, they deserve so much more. And I was never in a position to help them with that, to help them achieve that, to do my little bit for them. I was never in that position because of how late I came into their world. But I'm here now, promising you all that I will do my bit where I can from this point forward for this group, because I think they're absolutely wonderful. I think they deserved so much more than they got. And with that being said, we will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you enjoy this reaction, drop us a like, drop us a comment, and of course subscribe to my lovely self. Join the royal family, become a royal yourself. Get in those comments, guys, and let me know what you think of this group. Show me your appreciation for this group. If you are a fan of this group, please watch this video. Please appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it, and please get in those comments and let me know what you think of this group, what your thoughts are on this group. Just show me your appreciation for this group. Let's show this group some love. I've discovered them late, but I'm willing and open to discussing this group and discussing why they are so great. So please do that in the comments. That would be wonderful. And I'll see you next time, guys, for the next one. Stan and Gay, I love you all. Goodbye. Stan Daya.